A defensive player, and I decided like why not make a lock, that can do everything. So I kind of landed with a lock build.
What are the pros and cons of the build? Where do you think this build is best suited for? 5v5, 3v3, like where do you think you can excel with this build?
So far, I'd say more of the 5v5s. I'd say 3v3 is okay too, but definitely for the 5s.
What are some of the stats you really like to highlight with this build? Does it have a high steal?
And going through warm-ups, trying to get into a little groove here before the tip-off. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. This is Kevin Harlan, alongside Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And we've got David Aldridge, our Hall of Famer, patrolling the sideline. And a look at the injury situation.
With Slick Rick, my aim is still in it.
Perimeter, like where does this build really excel defensively?
I'd say steal. I have a 99 rating on my build. So I usually have average like about 4 to 5 steals a game.
See, I like that because I run out about 4 or 5 times a game. So if I can get an easy 10 points off those steals, that works for me, Renee. What kind of tips could you give fans that use this build to play hard defense, get those steals?
I'd say patience is big when playing defense. I'm more of a lanes player. I also play a lot of on ball, but mostly I kind of read the defense in the most possible way of saying, take your time, kind of gauge where the ball's going honestly, and shut down options for the opponent to where you're able to play better defense. But patience is definitely big.
Let's talk about your 2K journey. What was the first 2K game that you ever played?
I'd say 2K16 was my very
first
first
step.
2K.
I don't need my...
The dream of hooping. When I couldn't hoop, I was like, oh, why not get on the court and showcase my game a little bit? So yeah, 16 was where I decided to put my dream into action.
Do you have a background in basketball?
I do. I used to play overseas in Japan before I came here, and I decided to focus completely on content creating.
And what made you want to get into content creation specifically?
I'd say I had a little bit of skill. I was like, why not showcase it to everybody? Also teach other people how to play different positions at the time. And yeah, why not?
Awesome. Does that experience of playing overseas, does that help translate into the kind of content you like to create?
It's definitely different. The game is different there. I used to play in Japan, and it is definitely not the same gameplay, but it gives me the same excitement and thrill when I do play as well.
If you played against your defensive my player, do you think you could hoop on it? Or who do you think would have the edge in the matchup?
Definitely my player.
That 99 steal's tough.
Right.
What kind of approaches do you take to content creation when you sit down to make content for the fans? Is it educational, like you mentioned? Is that kind of where you focus on?
I kind of focus on
Hey,
we gon' bow, never fall to champions. Champions. Champions.
If we gon' ball, never fight.
Told them crown me. My ring finger rock on it. I put my head up and told them crown me. My ring finger got a rock on it, rock on it, rock on it. Do dirt on my neck, try to bury me. Do side on me like that was seasoning. Now this my season. Weathered every storm that was sent my way, but promise you it wasn't easy. Took some patience and grieving. I was believing when no one believed me. I was believing when no one believed me. Now they gotta see me from the nosebleed or the front row. I don't care who I see. Dreams to reality. I'm too real for reality TV. Remember I was poor, now I'm writing this song from a balcony. Told them watch out.
Can we go there? Go
They ain't see me coming at it.
Shades on Apple with the glasses, just the earth because he is Sandy. So many get out. Dude, I just do right now. Save on Apple with the glasses. Don't say Earth because he is family. Apple cracked up on some muscle flights on top like that. I would have my mom would actually don't have that much shit. That's why I was scared. Checklist on my loadout, check my loadout so nigga. Checklist on my dude got a brand new case and a brand new shit. But I ain't not good enough. I just shoot up, get booted up, so I don't think I feel. I just shoot up, get booted up, so